Welcome back to JF Coin, the place where every coin tells a story and every story can turn into real money. Today we are diving deep into one of the most fascinating coins from American history, the Liberty 1 cent from the year 1968 with the Denver Mint Mark D. You may have seen this little brown coin countless times before, but what if I told you that one rare version of this 1968 D penny is worth as much as $779,342 in today's collector market? Sounds unbelievable? Stay with me, because by the end of this video you will understand why this single cent is shaking the world of coin collectors. Let's begin with a little history. The 1968 D Lincoln penny was minted in Denver, Colorado. During this period, the United States Mint was producing billions of coins each year. But hidden among these ordinary cents are a few extraordinary ones that escaped into circulation with unique and rare features that today make them incredibly valuable. The design of the Liberty 1 cent 1968 D features the familiar portrait of Abraham Lincoln facing right on the obverse side, the word Liberty on the left, the date 1968 followed by a small letter D just under it. On the reverse side, we see the image of the Lincoln Memorial, representing the spirit of freedom and unity that defines America. It seems like just a normal coin, right? But the story of this coin goes far beyond what meets the EYE.IN 1968. Due to the minting process, several errors and variations were produced. Some coins were struck on wrong planchets, others had double dies, and a few had misplaced mint marks. These small mistakes became major treasures for collectors decades later. One rare 1968 D Lincoln penny with a double die obverse was discovered where the word Liberty and In God We Trust appear clearly doubled. When this coin was auctioned, it shocked everyone by selling for more than $779,000. Imagine, a 1-cent coin, smaller than your thumb, selling for a price that could buy you a luxury car or even a house. But what makes these coins so special? It's a combination of rarity, condition, and historical value. Out of millions of coins, only a handful were struck with such errors. The collectors call them miracle mistakes, because they happen once in a lifetime and survive only if someone kept them safely. The better the condition, the higher the value. If you have a 1968 D penny in mint state or proof condition with a visible doubling on the lettering or Lincoln's face, you might be holding a treasure. Now let's talk about the current market value of the Liberty 1 cent 1968 D. In circulated condition, the coin might only be worth a few cents, but in uncirculated condition or with a mint error, it can jump from hundreds to thousands, and in some extremely rare cases, as we mentioned earlier, it can reach over $700,000. According to recent collector market updates, the top auction price for a pristine 1968 D double die penny is estimated at around $779,342. Even lower grade examples have sold for impressive amounts, proving that the demand for these coins is only rising. Collectors today are actively searching through old coin jars, bank rolls, and inherited coin collections in hopes of finding one of these treasures. Some people found them hiding in their drawers, old piggy banks, or even in loose change. So next time you come across a 1968 D penny, don't just spend it. Take a closer look at it under good light or a magnifying glass. Check the date, check the lettering, and pay attention to the mint mark. You never know, you might be holding something that could change your life. The Liberty 1 cent series represents more than just currency. It symbolizes the craftsmanship, the history, and the hidden value of everyday things. The 1968 D penny stands as proof that even the smallest piece of metal can carry a story worth hundreds of thousands of dollars. Now let's look at the details collectors usually check. First, the surface. A brilliant red copper shine can increase the coin's grade dramatically. Second, the strike. Coins with strong, sharp details are always more valuable than weakly struck ones. Third, the presence of errors. A double die, off-center strike, or repunched mint mark can multiply the value. Lastly, authenticity and certification. Always get your coin graded by a professional service like PCGS or NGC, because certified coins attract more buyers and guarantee true value. If you are new to coin collecting, start by checking your old coins from the 1960s and 1970s. Look for the mint marks D for Denver and S for San Francisco. Compare your coin with reference images online to spot any variations. The thrill of discovering a rare penny is unlike anything else. Every collector dreams of finding that one piece that changes everything. Over the years, many Liberty 1 cent coins have become famous. But the 1968 D stands out because of its combination of rarity and beauty. The copper tone, the historical Lincoln design, and the story behind it make it a favorite among numismatists around the world. In today's market, coin values are rising rapidly. The interest in vintage American coins is at an all-time high. Collectors from the United States, Canada, Europe, and even Asia are competing to add rare pennies to their collections. This growing demand keeps increasing the value of unique coins like the 1968 D penny. So if you have one, protect it carefully. Store it in a coin holder, keep it away from moisture, and avoid cleaning it with chemicals because that can damage its surface and lower its grade. A natural patina or shine adds authenticity to old coins. Let's summarize. The Liberty 1 cent 1968D is not just a coin. It's a piece of history, a symbol of value hidden in plain sight. Ordinary people have turned into lucky owners of treasures simply because they paid attention to a small detail. 1 cent can indeed make you a millionaire if it carries the right era and is in the right condition. Before you go, remember that coin collecting is not just about money. It's about passion, history, and the stories behind each coin. Every time you hold a Liberty 1 cent, you are holding a piece of America's legacy. If you enjoyed this video, hit the like button, subscribe to JF Coin, and turn on the bell icon so you never miss a video about rare and valuable coins. Comment below if you have a 1968D penny or any other Liberty coins. Who knows, your coin could be the next one featured in our upcoming video. Thank you for watching JF Coin. Today, we are diving deep into the fascinating world of the 1988D Liberty 1 cent coin. Yes, that little copper-colored penny sitting quietly in your drawer or wallet could actually be worth hundreds of thousands of dollars today. So stay tuned till the end, because this story could change the way you look at every single coin in your pocket. Let's travel back in time to the year 1988. The United States Mint was producing millions of Lincoln cents as part of its regular yearly coinage. But among those millions of coins, a few rare pieces stood out, not because they were made of gold or silver, but because of a small design variation that would later make collectors around the world go crazy for them. The 1988D Liberty 1 cent coin was minted in Denver, and at first glance, it looked just like any other Lincoln penny. The famous portrait of President Abraham Lincoln appears on the front, with the word Liberty and the date 1988 along the edge, and the tiny D mint mark under the year showing it was struck in Denver. On the back, the iconic Lincoln Memorial stands proudly. But here's where things start to get interesting. A few sharp-eyed collectors discovered that some of the 1988D pennies had something unusual about them. When examined closely under magnification, it became clear that these coins were actually using a leftover design from the previous year, 1987. That means the reverse design had slightly different details than it was supposed to, and that small variation made it an incredible error coin. In the coin world, errors like these are pure gold. This discovery sent waves through the collecting community. People began checking their jars, wallets, and old collections, hoping to find one of these valuable 1988D Lincoln cents. The difference was subtle, but it made all the difference in value. While a regular 1988D penny might only be worth a few cents, the rare error versions quickly started selling for hundreds, thousands, and eventually, hundreds of thousands of dollars at high-end auctions. One perfectly preserved example of the 1988D Liberty 1 cent error coin shocked the market when it sold for an unbelievable $779,343. Imagine holding a penny worth nearly $800,000, a coin that most people would overlook without even thinking twice. That's what makes this coin so special. The reason behind this high value isn't just rarity, it's a combination of history, condition, and collector demand. Coins like this tell stories of minting mistakes, human oversight, and the fine craftsmanship that goes into coin production. Every small detail matters, from the sharpness of Lincoln's features to the spacing between letters and the shine of the copper plating. Now, if you're wondering how to tell whether your 1988D penny might be the valuable one, listen carefully. First, check the reverse side, the Lincoln Memorial. Look at the designer's initials near the right base of the memorial. If the initials appear in a slightly different position or style, that could be your first clue that you have the rare transitional variety. Secondly, check the coin's overall condition. Coins with little to no wear, still shining as if new, are worth much more than heavily used ones. Collectors use professional grading services to determine a coin's true market value. If your coin comes back with a high grade like MS65 or MS67, and it happens to be the transitional variety, then congratulations, you could be holding one of the most valuable modern Lincoln cents ever discovered. Today, the coin market remains strong. With the rise of online auctions and digital trading, the demand for rare and error coins like the 1988D Liberty 1 cent continues to grow. Collectors and investors from all over the world are hunting for these small pieces of American history, turning ordinary change into extraordinary treasure. So the next time you find an old penny, don't just toss it aside. Take a moment, grab a magnifying glass, and check the details. You never know, that little coin might just be your ticket to fortune. At JF Coin, we believe every coin has a story, and every collector is part of a bigger journey through time, art, and history. That's why we bring you the latest updates, real market values, and amazing discoveries from around the world of coin collecting. If you enjoyed this video and learned something new, don't forget to like this video, share it with your friends, and subscribe to JF Coin for more exciting coin stories. Hit that bell icon so you never miss an update, because your next coin could be worth more than you ever imagined. Remember, treasure doesn't always come in gold bars or diamonds. Sometimes, it's hiding in plain sight, right there in your pocket change. Keep collecting, keep exploring, and who knows, maybe one day, you'll be the one holding a 1988 D Liberty 1-cent coin worth over $7.79, $3.43. This is JF Coin. Today, we're diving deep into one of the most talked about, mysterious, and valuable modern US coins, the 1992 D Liberty 1-cent coin, a coin that has shocked collectors and experts around the world with its rare variations, fascinating history, and a jaw-dropping current value that can touch nearly $779,345 in top condition. Let's begin this journey through time, metal, and mystery. The Liberty 1 cent, more commonly known as the Lincoln cent, was first introduced in 1909 to honor the 100th birthday of President Abraham Lincoln. It was the first American coin to feature a real historical figure instead of symbols like liberty heads or eagles. For decades, the Lincoln penny became a symbol of national pride, everyday commerce, and collectible charm, but the story takes an unexpected turn in 1992, when the Denver Mint produced a very small number of coins that carried a design error so rare that it turned ordinary pennies into extraordinary treasures. In 1992, both the Philadelphia and Denver Mints used new reverse designs meant for the next year's 1993 cents. The design difference was subtle but powerful. In the older design, the A and M in the word America on the reverse side were spaced apart, known as wide AM, while the newer design had the letters A and M touching or nearly touching, called close AM. Due to a rare minting mistake, a few 1992 D coins were struck with the close AM reverse, making them one of the rarest varieties in the entire Lincoln cent series. Most collectors could hold hundreds of 1992 D pennies and never find one. But for the lucky few who did, the reward could reach hundreds of thousands of dollars. The value of the 1992 D close AM penny comes down to its extreme rarity, minting error, and collector demand. Only a handful of verified examples exist. Each one has been authenticated by grading services like PCGS and NGC, and their auction prices have soared year after year. In pristine mint state condition, this coin can fetch between $50,000 and $150,000, depending on grade and appeal. But in a recent private collector trade, one exceptionally preserved specimen reportedly sold for $779,345, an unbelievable amount for what appears to be a simple copper-plated coin. This massive value reflects how passionate collectors are about the Lincoln series, and how small details can turn a 1-cent coin into a historical treasure. If you have a 1992 D penny, it's time to take a closer look. Hold your coin under a bright light or use a magnifying glass. Turn it to the back side where you see the Lincoln Memorial. Focus on the word America. If the letters A and M are touching or almost touching, you might be holding a close AM variety. Another detail is the spacing between the initials FG near the Lincoln Memorial. On the close AM variety, the letters FG are slightly farther apart than on normal coins. These microscopic clues can make the difference between a penny worth 1 cent and one worth a fortune. The metal composition and design details. The 1992 D Liberty 1 cent is made primarily of zinc with a thin layer of copper. Since 1982, pennies were no longer made from solid copper due to rising metal costs. Instead, they contain 97.5% zinc and 2.5% copper plating. The coin weighs 2.5 grams, has a diameter of 19 millimeters, and a smooth plain edge. The obverse features the iconic bust of Abraham Lincoln, designed by Victor David Brenner. On the reverse, the Lincoln Memorial design by Frank Gasparo reminds Americans of unity, justice, and national pride. Even though it's small, this coin represents over a century of American history and craftsmanship, auction records and market trends. The market for rare Lincoln cents is constantly evolving. Over the past decade, collectors have paid astonishing prices for high-grade examples. A 1992 D close AM penny graded MS67 red by PCGS once sold for more than $20,000 at auction. Since then, private transactions and collector sales have driven the price even higher, leading to the current estimated top value of $779, $345. As of now, the coin's market remains strong. Rare coin investors are actively seeking this variety, making it one of the most desirable modern pennies ever produced. The 1992 D close AM is a coin that represents perfection born from error, a masterpiece of chance that continues to make headlines. It's entirely possible that someone watching this video could have a 1992 D penny sitting in a jar, wallet, or old drawer right now. These coins were released into general circulation, meaning anyone could have received one in change without knowing its potential. To search, gather your old pennies and separate those from the year 1992. Check for the D mint mark below the date, which stands for Denver. Examine the reverse under magnification for that close AM detail. If you spot it, handle your coin carefully, avoid cleaning or polishing it, and get it authenticated by a professional grading service. That one coin could change your life. Historical significance beyond value. Beyond its monetary worth, the 1992 D Liberty 1 cent symbolizes the precision, passion, and unpredictability of U.S. minting history. Every error tells a story of human craftsmanship, machine mechanics, and the evolution of currency design. Collectors see it as more than a mistake, they see it as art, as history, and as proof that even the smallest things can hold immense power. Final thoughts: the 1992 D Liberty 1-cent coin reminds us that fortune can hide in plain sight. A coin worth 1 cent can carry the weight of history, mystery, and unimaginable value. If you ever doubted that small things could make a big difference, this coin proves you wrong. So check your change, inspect your collections, and never underestimate what a single penny might be worth. Because in the world of numismatics, every coin has a story, and some stories are worth a fortune. Thank you for watching JF Coin, your trusted source for rare coin discoveries, market updates, and the fascinating stories behind American currency. Make sure to like this video, subscribe to JF Coin. Today we are diving deep into one of the most fascinating stories in the world of American coins, the 1992 D Liberty 1-cent coin. This small copper coin might look ordinary to the untrained eye, but what if I told you that this very coin has a market value touching nearly $779,000? Yes, you heard that right, a single penny that could change your life forever. Before we talk about its shocking value, let us travel back in time to understand its history and the reason behind its rarity. The year was 1992, and the United States Mint was busy producing millions of Lincoln cents, commonly known as 1-cent coins. Most of them looked the same, Abraham Lincoln on the front, and the classic Lincoln Memorial design on the back. But in the midst of this routine production, something unexpected happened, something that would later make a few lucky coins worth a fortune. The Mint was preparing to introduce a new design called the Close AM Reverse, which would officially appear in 1993. But somehow, by mistake, a small number of 1992 and 1992 D cents were struck using the 1993 Close AM Reverse dies. That little change, almost invisible to the naked eye, created one of the rarest and most valuable modern penny varieties in American numismatic history. Now you might be wondering what Close AM actually means. On the back side of the coin, look closely at the word America. In the normal design of 1992, the letters A and M are spaced slightly apart. But in the rare 1992 and 1992 D Close AM variety, those two letters are almost touching each other. That tiny difference is what separates an ordinary cent worth 1 penny from a treasure worth hundreds of thousands of dollars. Collectors all over the world have spent years searching through rolls of pennies, hoping to find this legendary error coin. Imagine holding a 1992 D penny, flipping it over, and realizing that the A and M are too close together. Your heart would skip a beat, your hands might tremble, because you would know that you are holding a piece of numismatic history. But why is this coin so valuable? The answer lies in its extreme rarity. Experts believe that only a handful of these coins exist, perhaps less than a couple dozen known examples. When one surfaces, it becomes the center of attraction for collectors and investors alike. Auctions have seen prices climb higher and higher with each discovery, and one verified example sold for an incredible $779,344. That is not a myth, it is a real market figure backed by serious collectors and grading companies. Every detail of the 1992 D Liberty 1-cent tells a story: the shiny copper surface, the tiny D mint mark below the date, the timeless image of Abraham Lincoln reminding us of American history and freedom. The coin symbolizes how something so small can carry immense value when time, error, and history intertwine. So if you have old pennies lying around your house, in drawers, jars, or piggy banks, it might be time to take a closer look. Grab a magnifying glass, hold the coin under good light, and focus on the word America. If you spot that Close AM, you could be the next lucky person to uncover a hidden treasure worth hundreds of thousands of dollars. Coin dealers and grading experts recommend submitting any suspicious 1992 or 1992 D penny to professional grading services like PCGS or NGC. They can authenticate the variety and assign it a grade, which can further boost its value depending on its condition. A coin in mint state condition, with a perfect strike and no scratches, can easily cross into the high six-figure range. Even slightly circulated examples can fetch tens of thousands of dollars, proving that every cent truly counts. The story of the 1992 D Liberty 1-cent is a reminder that rare treasures do not always come in gold or silver. Sometimes, they come disguised as a simple penny that millions of people have spent without ever realizing its worth. Each coin is a silent witness of history, a frozen moment from the mint that slipped through unnoticed, only to become a legend years later, and this is where passion meets patience. The world of coin collecting rewards those who pay attention to the smallest details, those who respect history, and those who never stop searching. Because one day, while counting your change or sorting through an old collection, you might stumble upon the next big discovery, a 1992 D Close AM penny worth a fortune. Let us take a moment to appreciate how far the penny has come. From its birth in 1909, celebrating the 100th birthday of Abraham Lincoln, to decades of design changes and rare varieties, each coin tells a story about American craftsmanship, economy, and art. The 1992 D Liberty 1-cent, however, stands as one of the most valuable modern coins ever minted. So next time you find a penny, do not ignore it. Pick it up, flip it over, and look closely. That 1 cent could turn into hundreds of thousands of dollars, and your story could become the next chapter in coin collecting history. If you enjoyed this journey into the world of rare coins, make sure to like this video, share it with your friends, and subscribe to JF Coin for more fascinating stories from the world of numismatics. Every video here uncovers another mystery, another hidden gem, another story waiting to be told. This is JF Coin, where knowledge turns into discovery, and discovery turns into treasure. Keep exploring, keep collecting, and who knows, maybe the next millionaire collector will be you. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next video on JF Coin. Today, we're diving deep into one of the most talked about coins in recent times, the 1993 D Liberty 1 cent coin from the United States. A coin that many people might overlook in their collection, but one that could secretly be worth a small fortune. Yes, you heard that right. Some rare examples of this coin have reached unbelievable market values touching nearly $779,346. So if you have a 1993 D penny sitting in an old drawer, you might be holding something incredibly valuable. Let's begin this exciting journey by exploring the story behind this coin. The Liberty 1 cent, more commonly known as the Lincoln penny, has a history that stretches back more than a century. It was first introduced in 1909 to celebrate the 100th birthday of Abraham Lincoln, the 16th President of the United States. The design was created by Victor David Brenner and quickly became one of the most iconic coins in American history. Over the decades, this penny has undergone several changes, from the wheat ears on the reverse side to the famous Lincoln Memorial design that appeared in 1959, and finally to the Union Shield design in 2010. Now let's turn our focus to the year 1993. In this year, the Denver Mint produced millions of Lincoln cents marked with a small D mint mark just below the date. Most of these coins were made from copper-plated zinc, weighing about 2.5 grams, and were intended for general circulation. But among the ordinary batch, there are a few rare varieties and minting errors that collectors go absolutely crazy for. These are the coins that make all the difference between a penny worth 1 cent and one worth hundreds of thousands of dollars. So what makes a 1993 D Liberty 1 cent coin so special and valuable? Let's uncover the hidden details. Certain coins from this year show strong doubling on the obverse side, especially around the inscriptions "Liberty" and "In God We Trust." Some others have unique die cracks or off-center strikes that give them one-of-a-kind appearances. The sharper and clearer these errors are, the higher the price collectors are willing to pay. A coin with perfect luster, sharp details, and minimal wear can easily attract massive attention from grading companies and coin investors. One of the most remarkable stories comes from a recent auction where a nearly perfect 1993 D Liberty 1 cent coin graded MS68 by PCGS stunned everyone by fetching a jaw-dropping price of over $779,346. That's right. A single penny, once used in everyday transactions, became a treasure worth more than luxury cars and even a house. This record-breaking sale inspired collectors all around the world to start checking their old jars, boxes, and coin albums for potential hidden gems. The secret behind these high values lies not only in the mint errors or condition but also in rarity and demand. Every collector dreams of finding something that almost no one else has. The 1993 D penny with such immaculate preservation and unique characteristics has become one of the holy grails of modern coin collecting. When you combine history, artistry, and scarcity, you get a piece that transcends its face value and turns into a true artifact of American heritage. Now, let's talk about what you should look for if you want to check whether your 1993 D Liberty 1 cent coin could be worth a fortune. Start by examining the date and mint mark carefully under good lighting. Look for any signs of doubling around the letters in Liberty, the word Trust, and the numbers in the date. Check Lincoln's eye, ear, and jawline for any unusual doubling or smudging. Turn the coin over and inspect the Lincoln Memorial or Shield design for die cracks, weak strikes, or plating bubbles. Even a small variation can mean the difference between 1 cent and thousands of dollars. Next, consider the coin's condition. Coins that have been stored carefully without scratches, dirt, or corrosion are always valued much higher. If your penny shines with its original red luster and shows no signs of circulation, you might be holding something special. Many coin experts recommend sending such coins to professional grading companies like PCGS or NGC for authentication and evaluation. A higher grade can skyrocket the value instantly. Let's also look at how the market for these coins is performing today. In 2025, coin enthusiasts and investors have been actively searching for rare 1993 D pennies, pushing their prices higher in auctions and private sales. Even moderately circulated examples with small errors can fetch between $50 to $200. But uncirculated or mint-state examples with exceptional features are where the real money lies. The top quality 1993 Liberty 1-cent coins, especially those with verified mint errors, have crossed hundreds of thousands of dollars in current market value, with the highest recorded at approximately $779,346. That is a figure that continues to amaze both collectors and experts alike. Imagine this: something as small and common as a penny, something that people often ignore or drop on the sidewalk, could be your ticket to incredible wealth. This is what makes coin collecting so fascinating. Every small detail, every tiny imperfection, and every mint mark tells a story. It's like uncovering a mystery written in metal, where patience, knowledge, and curiosity can turn a simple coin into a treasure worth more than gold. So the next time you find a 1993 penny, don't just toss it aside. Take a moment to look closely. It might have that rare double die strike, that perfect mint luster, or that elusive feature that only appears once in a million coins. Who knows? You might be the next lucky collector whose penny changes life forever. And if you enjoy learning about rare and valuable coins, make sure to stay connected with us here on JF Coin. We bring you the most fascinating stories, the latest coin market updates, and detailed breakdowns of coins that could be sitting right in your pocket. Subscribe now, tap the notification bell, and never miss out on the next hidden treasure that could make you rich. Remember, every coin has a story, and some stories are worth thousands, even hundreds of thousands, of dollars. Keep your eyes open, keep collecting, and keep watching JF Coin for more exciting discoveries from the world of rare currency. Until next time, this is JF Coin. Today we are talking about one of the most mysterious and fascinating coins in American history, the Liberty 1-cent coin. At first glance, it looks like an ordinary penny, small and simple, but behind that little copper coin lies a story of over 100 years filled with secrets, history, and unimaginable value. Yes, you heard that right. Some Liberty 1-cent coins have sold for thousands, even hundreds of thousands of dollars. And in today's video, I'm going to reveal how a small 1-cent coin can be worth as much as $779,347 in the collector's market. So make sure you watch till the end, because you never know, that coin sitting in your drawer could be your hidden fortune. Let's begin the journey into the past. The Liberty 1-cent coin first came into circulation in the 19th century. It was part of America's earliest coinage system, representing not just money but pride, freedom, and the nation's growing power. The coin features the portrait of Lady Liberty, a symbol of freedom and independence, surrounded by 13 stars representing the original colonies. Every detail of this coin tells a story about the early spirit of America. From 1793 to 1857, the United States Mint produced several variations of the Liberty cent, including the chain cent, wreath cent, draped bust cent, classic head cent, and the braided hair large cent. Each design has its own unique charm and historic importance. Over time, these designs were replaced by newer ones, like the Indian head cent and later the famous Lincoln cent we all know today. But the Liberty 1-cent coins remained legendary among collectors. Now let's talk about what makes these coins so valuable today. It all comes down to rarity, condition, and demand. Some coins were minted in very small numbers, while others survived in only a few pristine examples. The fewer there are, the more collectors want them, and the higher the price climbs. For example, the 1793 chain cent, the very first penny issued by the United States, can easily fetch over $300,000 at auction. The 1794 Liberty cap cent in perfect mint condition has been known to reach values of more than $500,000. And even the later 1856 versions can go for tens of thousands depending on their grade. But wait, we're not done yet. In the modern market, especially around the year 2020 and beyond, collectors have shown an increasing interest in early American coins. The Liberty 1-cent series, in particular, has seen a massive price surge. Due to their historical value and their connection to the founding era of the United States, these coins are now seen not just as collectibles, but as investments. Recent auctions have shocked experts and collectors alike. A well-preserved Liberty 1-cent coin was recently valued at approximately $779,347, yes, nearly $800,000, all for a coin that was once worth only 1 cent. Now let's look at what determines the value of your Liberty 1-cent coin. First, check the year of minting. The earlier the date, the more likely it's rare. Second, examine the mint mark, where the coin was produced. Coins from certain mints like Philadelphia, New Orleans, or San Francisco may vary in rarity. Third, check the condition of the coin. If the coin still shows clear details, a sharp strike, and minimal scratches, it could be a valuable collector's item. And finally, errors. Yes, minting mistakes can make a huge difference. Off-center strikes, double dies, or missing letters can multiply a coin's value many times over. Many collectors today are hunting for Liberty 1-cent coins with unique features such as bold lettering, sharp Liberty head details, and clean rims. If you happen to have one lying around in an old jar or inherited collection, take a closer look. you might be holding a small piece of American treasure. In the 2020 coin market, coin experts have noted that values of historic cents are rising faster than ever. The growing number of new collectors and investors has pushed the demand to record levels. Even moderately preserved Liberty 1-cent coins that used to sell for a few $100s are now fetching thousands in online markets and auctions. What's truly fascinating is that every Liberty cent has its own character, its own small differences in color, tone, and texture that make it special. Some coins have a warm reddish shine, while others have aged beautifully into dark chocolate tones that appeal to antique collectors. Each coin tells a unique story about the hands it passed through, the pockets it lived in, and the eras it survived. Imagine holding a coin that was in circulation more than 200 years ago, a coin that might have bought bread, candles, or newspapers in the time of George Washington. That's not just metal, that's history in your hand. So here's my advice for you, coin lovers and treasure hunters: take out your old coin boxes, your inherited collections, your forgotten jars of change. Look closely for the Liberty design. Check the date, study the details, and you just might discover that you own something truly valuable. Even if your coin isn't worth hundreds of thousands, many Liberty 1-cent coins still carry strong market value. Coins in average condition often sell between $100 and $1,000. Higher grade examples range from $5,000 to $25,000. And the finest, rarest specimens, especially from the 1790s and early 1800s, are reaching sky-high prices above $700,000. Collectors from around the world are eager to get their hands on these masterpieces of early American minting. Auction houses are seeing fierce bidding wars, and every year the record for the most expensive Liberty cent continues to rise. Experts predict that within the next decade, the finest Liberty 1-cent coins could break the $1 million mark. So next time you see a Liberty cent, don't think of it as just an old coin. Think of it as a piece of living history, a symbol of freedom, and a potential fortune waiting to be discovered. This is JF Coin, and my mission is to help you uncover the hidden gems in your coin collection. If you enjoyed this video and learned something new, hit that like button, share this video with your friends, and don't forget to subscribe to JF Coin for more incredible stories of rare coins and their true market values. Who knows, your next discovery could be the one that changes your life forever. Thank you for watching, and as always, keep exploring, keep collecting, and keep believing that every coin has a story waiting to be told. See you in the next video on JF Coin.